It is not only the right thing to do, it is not only what is needed if we are to begin to truly provide equal justice for all, it is a fiscally sound investment.
Foundations may have very different missions, they may have very different program priorities, they may have very different things that they focus on. But I think if they think about deeper change and what they're trying to do, they will look to the role of legal advocacy and how legal advocacy, legal services can play a role in whatever they really care about.
Helping homeless people get shelter, helping victims of domestic violence, helping people access health care. Those are all the things that we do. But when you start talking about getting a lawyer for a poor person, then people tend to shut down. But when you start talking about the impact of having a lawyer and how it helps people access health care, helps people access housing, helps battered women get on that road to safety, then people are engaged.
We work with a lot of different families, a lot of domestic violence victims, a lot of individuals, elders, people in need. And oftentimes, these people, they come to you with one issue that they're having, and then you realize, there are all these other issues, like legal and social issues that they're also having.
What MLAC funds, it's not only the direct one-on-one service that the field program advocates provide to individuals that are facing terrible situations that require legal intervention, but they're also focusing on programs like mass law reform and all our colleagues who are focusing on the systems change. So to turn this into a medical analogy, they are funding the triage and they're also funding the cure.
Legal services lawyers act as a driving wedge for change in policies that affect large numbers of clients, not just the individual clients that they represent, that they identify those barriers through their work with individual clients.
Investing in legal services also allows us to have the flexibility to be able to make systemic changes that will have an impact on people who don't have access to a lawyer. A donation is great and wonderful, but investment is critical.
If you think about investing in legal services, or some people call it legal aid, those attorneys can have a major impact much larger than just on the individual person. And I'm not discounting the importance of helping the individual person. That's very, very important. But they can have a larger impact, and we can get more done in this country and have more opportunity really for everybody.
Most philanthropies are about trying to empower people to find pathways out of disadvantaged and to a better life. And in that way, it perfectly parallels the work of legal services.
For us, we're a healthcare foundation, but you can't look at health as only illness and disease. You've got to look at all the social determinants of health. And that's when things like where legal aid really comes into play, because it's that kind of advocacy across the board that really brings true attention to the needs of families.
MLAC and legal services would be the perfect vehicle for the achievement of a foundation's goals to help the disadvantaged to find pathways to a better life. And they are uniquely capable of doing that in certain contexts where no other philanthropic organization, charitable organization can do that.
We're making an investment. We're not just making a charitable contribution to legal services. We're really investing in a structure that can provide a return on that investment.
If you can try to prevent a lot of problems, which often takes legal advice in order to prevent them, think about how better off people are going to be in the long run, and frankly, how much money you save if you really help prevent that problem.
We give them a voice, we help them keep their homes, or we help them, prevent homelessness, and ultimately that's better for everyone in the community.
Investing in MLAC, investing in civil legal services is the best investment the Commonwealth can make. because for every dollar that's invested in legal aid, it comes back multifold down the road.
What we've been able to do is show that these are organizations with great talent, with great leadership, and really focused on great outcomes. And that makes the decision so much easier. And for us, legal service organizations have delivered every time.